What is going on, guys? It's MrVerry here, and today I am going to be showing you guys the Blue Djinn Quest. So, um, we gotta pick up a cookbook from Mariza, and I haven't initiated the quest yet. And for those of you who do not know, the way you initiate the quest, whether you want to be green or blue Djinn, you have to find um, this dude who walks around Anchorman, and usually not you well sometimes people will trap him so that they know where he is, and usually that's because there's a group who's going to go do one of the Djinn quests. um, Unfortunately, I think at every server save it would wipe out parcels or whatever is used to trap him. So yeah, you have to go to Khazad and get the cookbook, and I'm deciding to pick it up beforehand. That way, when he asks me to go pick it up for him, I already have it, and we can complete mission 1 immediately and go on to mission 2. Um, so I'm going to be pausing every now and then. I'm only going to show you guys what you need to see, because I don't think you want to see me just walking from place to place. So I'm going to pause it until we find the NPC who will tell us the magic word Johnny Ha in Anchorman. So we have finally found the NPC, um, and I think you just have to say Djinn to him. And his name is Mel. I don't know how you pronounce that. Melchior, like something like that. So he goes on, and you have to listen to his rant for a little while, and he eventually tells you, I think that he was blinded by them, and that's why he wanders around Anchorman. Or I don't know. I know he's blind. I don't know how, but we're gonna be joining the Gentle Merid. Word of greeting. Very nice. So our quest log has been updated. So let's check that out. Factions. So now we know the word Johnny Ha, so now we don't even have to listen to the rest of his nonsense. Well, I am going to head to the Blue Djinn Fortress, and I will restart the video once we get there. What's up, guys? So we've just reached the Blue Djinn Fortress, which for those of you who don't know, is to the northwest of the desert between Anchorman and Darashia. And there's a small stone golem cave here, and I'm not really trying to hunt stone golems. I figured I would just, briefly show it while I'm here and use up some charges on this axe, because fire, they're 90 green Djinns are 90% resistant to fire, so I really want to get that enchanted with ice if I'm going to be doing the ideal amount of damage. So I figured I would try to, kill some stuff on the way and see how that goes. But anyway, I did forget to mention, you also want to bring cheese with you when you come here, because the second mission after the cookbook, you need to bring cheese to the Green Djinn Fortress, which you will be breaking into, and that is so that you can get, excuse me, that is so you can get the spy report from the spy. So yeah, that should be interesting. Um, it's pretty easy to do that part. The hard parts that you would require a team for, if you're not comfortable with trying to solo it at a lower level, 40 is definitely a very difficult level. I don't even know if it's possible. Maybe it is, but it would be very difficult, and the chance of death would be very high. Um, but yeah, so here we go. So we say Johnny, huh? And we're going to ask to join. So we have joined the Blue Djinns. Oops, wrong one. So now we can enter, and we get our first mission. I don't know if he gives us a mission. I don't know. See, I've never done the Blue Djinn Quest. I've always stuck to green, and it's been a while since I've done any green Djinn Quest. Okay, so we're going to head up here and talk to Boquace. Oh, he needs the cookbook. So he's going to ask us to go get it. So we say bye, hi, mission. Oh, we have to say cookbook. So we give it to him. And mission 1 is done. And we get a reward, which was 3 small sapphires, so that's cool. That more than pays for the cookbook. So now we have to go up to Faradin and request a mission from him. And there's Nabob, which is the one of the Blue Djinn resellers, and Gable. Oh, that's right. I don't have to talk to him yet. I don't know where Faradin is. Apparently Oh, well, sorry guys. I really wanted this to be like a very quick tutorial sort of deal, but and obviously it's not her. Oh, there he is. Wow, I walked. No, that's not Faradin. That's Harun. Maybe he's downstairs. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Oh, he can't be that way because there's only stairs this way. No? Hold on a sec, guys. Wow. Okay, so that was really dumb of me. He's apparently on the balcony. Yeah. Sorry, guys. So we're gonna ask him for a mission. And it should be on us, mission 2. So we need to break in to the Green Djinn Fortress now, which I will show you the entrance to. The entrance to the secret entrance to the Green Djinn Fort is actually a little bit easier to find, in my opinion, than the entrance to the Blue Djinn Fort. The entrance to the Blue Djinn Fort is up far to the north on this same floor. Obviously, you have to get there in a different manner, but it's right where my mouse is, in that little green passage. And it really just, I don't know, that was difficult to find at first. When it first came out, before it was on Wiki, and before Wiki even existed, I'm quite sure. So you can see I have a mark where the green Djinn are, so I'm going to put a mark where the blue Djinn are now, just for fun. You can see I have a lot of markers, and if you want to remember where a hole is or what a place is, it's handy to use those. Those were released a while ago. But I remember when they didn't exist, which, oh, so much has changed in this game. And that's why a lot of people don't play anymore. I know a lot of people who are die-hard players but no longer play because they don't like the changes that were made. But I think that it's not necessary. Yes, some of the changes I don't really like either, but I still like the game and I still play it for that reason. And I don't know, I feel like if you can't accept some of the changes, then you are just being kind of ignorant and not really willing to like evolve as the game does. But that's just my opinion. And we're gonna take out these wyverns just for fun here. Mainly because I need to use up some more charges on this, and we're about to go into the Green Djinn Fortress, so that's going to be a little bit irritating. And I hope I have a Dwarven Ring. Oh, wow. So I don't even have a Dwarven Ring, so I don't know how I expect to do this. So, yeah. I guess I'm going to go get a Dwarven Ring, and I will restart the recording when I'm back. Alright, so we are almost back to the Green Djinn Fortress, and actually, I popped into the Terramite Cave, which I didn't even know was a Terramite Cave at first. I actually thought it was a larva cave because I've never really had the need to hunt them. But for those of you who don't know, it's a cave right to the south of here, and it's a loose stone pile, so it's not as though you have to reveal it. And yeah, it's definitely decent for lower levels. They're pretty easy to kill. They don't really do much damage. Um, and there's a lot of them. And I think there's a task for them too. Pretty sure. Although I don't think it has a boss or anything, so. uh, so, I am trying to take out everything that I can here because I would like to use up. And yeah, that was the main reason I went in there, was just to try to use up most of the Fiery Axe's fire. Heroic Fiery Axe. And it's got 57 charges left, so we're almost through it. And we're also going to have to make a pit stop to Edron to grab Poison Bomb runes, and that is so that we will be able to avoid orcs, because we're going to have to clear the way to the Orc Fort quest, again on this character solo, but now he's got several levels higher, so that'll be helpful. And we will also need to um, talk to the Orc King, and when you talk to him, he summons like 2 to 3 warlords, 2 to 3 leaders, and maybe some riders. I know he summons leaders and warlords. But luckily our Fiery Axe is almost ready to be enchanted with ice, so that'll be helpful. I've been trying to use full defense and half and half so that I can get a couple more hits in on these weaker creatures. And we got a couple lions, so unfortunately they're pretty spongy, so even on full defense I imagine I'll kill them pretty quick. 31 charges, awesome, so it will not take long at all. Because with 90% resistance to fire damage, and 9 of the attack being fire damage, that's going to make it a little more difficult later on. And orcs are neutral to ice, so that's fine. I wish that that wasn't enchanted with energy so that I could enchant it with earth, as that is what orcs are weak to, but you know. Alright, so we are in. And we encounter our first Green Djinn. So the first thing we're going to want to do is put our softies on and switch out, and we get a green piece of cloth on the first one. How about that? And they actually drop cheese, so you probably don't need to acquire it. I totally forgot that. Wow. Um, yeah, and you can see the fire is doing just pitiful damage right now, which sucks. Especially because I think we've already found the informant. And he's actually easier to get to than spy report. Yep, so yeah, we do manage to get the spy report. Cheese. And he gives us the spy report. So we got 10 charges left. So I'm going to use them up real quick. And then we will finally get to enchant this thing with ice. But actually, yeah, definitely going to enchant it with ice. It seems like this fortress is a little bit easier than the Blue Djinn fortress, because the Blue Djinn fortress has fire elementals, which do some pretty heavy damage. So, alright, so we have the spy report right there, is all in all of its beauty. And we now have to make a run back to the Green Djinn, or Blue Djinn fort. So I will restart the video once we get there. So we are almost back to the Blue Djinn fort now, and we're going to be handing in the spy report and getting the third and final mission, which actually ends up being like two missions in one, in my opinion, because it is so long. We're gonna have to break, like I said, we have to go back to Orc Fort, go all the way to the Orc King, which is where the Orc Fort quest is, and then talk to the Orc King after we defeat his minions. He will actually speak with us, and then we can we'll get the lamp, the Djinn's lamp, and then we're going to have to break into the Green Fortress, make it all the way to the top, and switch the Green Djinn leader's lamp with that lamp. So that should be fun. And yeah, I think that the Blue Djinn side is way harder to beat, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't tried the Green Djinns yet, but we will see. And yeah, there we are. I don't know why I just walked away from him. It's weird that he's the Blue Djinn leader and he's a Blue Djinn and not a Merid. So we go up to him and say mission, of course. And of course we accept the mission. And it's, yep, Faradin's sleeping lamp in the Orc Fort. Sneak into Malakon and exchange the sleeping lamp with Faradin's lamp. Okay, so we need to go all the way to Orc Fort, and I'm going to have to, like I said, I need to make a pit stop to Edron in order to pick up some poison field runes, as those are going to be completely necessary for clearing it. And I'll restart the video once we get to the entrance of Orc Fort, so you guys can watch me clear it and see what you need to say to the Orc King, and then I'll pause again until we get back to the Green Djinn Fortress and return to the and then return to Gable after we're done with that. So see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, we are on our way to Orc Fort now, and we tame a wild bear, so that's actually going to be a little bit helpful since, we are going to be moving a little bit quicker. But yeah, for those of you who do not know how to get to Orc Fort, you go past the Black Djinn's Villa, which is right, or Black Djinn, Black Knight's Villa, which is right here, and then you head north into Amazon Camp, which apparently last time when I was here, someone was blocking the path. And this is the tricky part. I think this is the part that most people don't think they can get through, so they just don't try. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that real quick in case you haven't been to Orc Fort yet or you don't know how to get there. And there's already an Amazon, so we'll kill her. And then you head north to the north of the camp, get to this bridge, and then where my mouse is on the map, right up here, is the Wyvern. It's like a little Wyvern mountain, and straight northeast of the Wyvern mountain is where Orc Fort begins. And then once you beat the little settlement, which has an Orc Berserker, a Shaman, and a couple other things, you head straight east of there, and you make it to the entrance of Orc Fort. So I will restart the recording once we get there. So we are now at the entrance to Orc Fort, and of course we deal with a Berserker, and we're going to have to deal with a leader and a shaman. So I'm actually going to target the leader first. And I do that just so that I can hopefully, and I got the warriors to run, so that's good, so they won't be respawned when I get back up here. That's just one less thing for me to deal with. We're going to switch into soft boots. Pop this life ring on and head right over to the entrance. Or not. What the hell was my character doing there? That's frustrating. And as you can see, there's a horde down there, so that would have been fun. But as I said in my Orc Fort quest video, you always want to kill the regular orcs in Orc Fort because they have a chance of dropping Sam's old backpack, which can be used to get dwarven armor. Alright. So this is when the quest, in my opinion, actually starts to get a little more exciting, because you have to actually fight stuff and you're not just walking around, which is pretty much what you do in the earlier part. So we take out this with much easier ease than the last time we were here. Last time we were here, I think I was only level 42, so it's no surprise that it's much easier now. Much better weapon, better skills, so. And I'm going to target the Berserker because he's a little squishier. And we get another Berserker coming up on our tail. We take him out with ease. I'm going to Utura since I have lost some health. And the Shaman we get to before it summons too many snakes. And we end up getting a plate armor out of the one leader, so that's kind of cool. Although I'll probably end up dropping that for halberds by the time this is over. So there is several warlords, and you can avoid a lot of them. you don't need to fight many of them. And I fought a lot of them the first time I came here just because I wanted to show you guys that a lower level knight can handle them. But it looks like I'm not really getting much of an option here, so I'm going to take him out. And wow, we are absolutely demolishing him now compared to what was going on before. So that's pretty nice. So if you want to avoid the... wow, last time I came here, those warlords were not so eager to get to me. And he's almost down. And down he goes. So we get just some creature products, which really aren't, those ones aren't worth much. And a stealth ring. We're going to throw up a poison wall there, just so that we don't get surrounded immediately. And, yeah, we killed the Orc Berserker. And I'll let the warrior and the leader get on me at the same time. That's not really much of an issue. And I Exori in order to get the warlord to reveal himself. And we crush him. And I thought one Exori her would kill the shaman, but I guess I overestimated it, or that was just a really terrible hit. So yeah, now we have to pop down and place a poison wall I'm going to try the poison bomb rune strategy first, but that looks like it's not going to work out. So we're going to put a poison wall down and take out this dragon. That's the first on the agenda, I suppose. And we take him out, so that's good. And I am going to Groundbreaker here once, just so that we can get through these shamans and their annoying snakes. And I, of course, target the wrong one. At least as we kill them, a lot of their snakes do dissipate. And there's 6 of them in here, jeez. Yeah, if you guys want a Wand of Decay, I guess this is the place to come. Although you really wouldn't be able to get here because of the mass amount of warlords right to the east of here, but hey. And I don't think they really dropped anything significant, so now we're going to come back here and pull these warlords one by one and destroy them. Last time I ended up just running by them, but this time it's going to be a little different. But it's a little bit easier to kill them now, so don't really mind. I'm actually dropping them with quite a bit of ease. And the warlord's on us now, and I think this is the last warlord in this particular area. So that's cool. And he's down. So we're going to whirlwind throw the leader. And we crush him. And we get another plate armor. Wow, we've gotten 2 plate armors. But absolutely no... We get a sword ring, which is completely useless to me. I have no characters who use sword fighting, so... And I don't really think they're worth that much. And 2 throwing knives. And over to the east here's a couple berserkers. Which kind of surprised me at first because I hadn't been here in a while last time. And I ran into them while running away from a bunch of, what was it? Orc. Oh yeah, the leaders and the warlords. And wow. So they're all lured up here. That's crazy. And I pull the leader first. And I'm going to pick off this Orc Rider. and pick off the Orc Berserker. And we'll let these three attack us, that's fine, because we can Exori and take them out easy. And now we're going to grab the Warlord and move a little bit south so that we're not getting hurt so bad. And we take him out. And of ooh, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, so I knew that was not a good move. And I'm gonna just pick him off like that. And we're gonna bring this guy across and absolutely demolish him. And this is only like the first wave, you could say, of orcs here. Because once we talk to the king, we have to kill pretty much the same amount over again. And another rider comes up. And oh, the king doesn't summon riders, but there's just riders that spawn here. He actually summons berserkers along with everything else I mentioned earlier, leaders and warlords. And we did get a halberd, didn't we? Oh yeah, I don't know which body it's under. Yep, okay. Cool, so I'm actually going to drop one of those plate armors preemptively because I know I'm going to have to. And we have another warlord on us. Wow, someone talked to the king already today, I can tell. Just because of the fact that there's so many, and they must have just fled, rather than actually fighting the king. Which is kind of frustrating because those don't go away until after the next server save. So they're basically just leaving someone else to deal with that, and yeah, that's kind of rude, but whatever. Typical Tibia player behavior, you know. Alright. And he's almost down. And down he goes, and we get a dark helmet and an orc leather. And yeah, so someone definitely already talked to the king, just because of the sheer amount that's in here. Yeah, and they're all just kind of chilling out by the... I really don't remember that many being here before, so... Alright, so first things first, we are going to put down a poison bomb and then say hi. And you see that he spawns slimes and orc leaders and orc warlords. So, you can see why I was a little irritated before. And we'll pull this leader, I suppose. Crush him real quick. Now we're going to pull this warlord. And we get through him easy. And we've gotten 4 plate armors total already. Jeez. That is just ridiculous. And I just missed on him a bunch. I don't know how or why, but I did. And we get this warlord on us, and there's stuff respawning to the south, so I imagine the the entry room is already totally respawned, or close, so that should be fun. And we take them out, and we're going to take out this orc leader, and I think there is one more warlord, if I'm not mistaken. This room respawns very quickly, too, due to the fact it's a quest room. And luckily we hit the right slime. And nope, that's everything, so we are... Oh, no, no we're not. I gotta talk to the Orc King still. What am I doing? I'm giving it the chance to actually respawn warlords. Alright, so we need to say hi to him again, because he said, kill them, my guards. And we say, lamp. You're evil. I can sense you. Who do you want to trap in this cursed lamp? And it's, God. Sorry, guys. Maller. Oh my, I have to say this again. Jeez. Lamp. Maller. Yep. So we get the lamp. And now we are ready to go. Um, so I'm gonna head out, and once I guess I'll show the fighting between here and when the warlords stop spawning. And then we will restart the video once we have made it to the Green Djinn Fortress. But for now, we're going to kill this dragon and whatever the hell else has respawned. Wow, we just plate sets for days right now. Hey, that's fine, whatever. And it looks like there's only one warlord, but I could be mistaken. This room obviously spawns a little bit slower as it is not in the quest area. And I might want to grab a couple more mana potions. I don't know, maybe not. I might be alright with what I have. And oops, I guess there's a leader here too already. And nice, my groundbreaker actually ends up killing the shaman instantly. I didn't expect that because for some reason ground shaker, not groundbreaker. I've been saying that the whole video. Sorry guys. Um, just does absolutely shit damage. I've never understood why. Probably never will. Oh, I gotta tell you guys something funny. Um, Back when there were orc raids quite frequently, I actually listened to someone who told me that um, orc warriors or orc warlords that spawn in here have a very, very rare chance, even rarer than the warlords in the raids, to drop Amazon equipment. So I hunted here for so long, and eventually I asked him again. I was like, I've been hunting here for like 2 months and I haven't gotten anything. And then he admitted to me that he had been lying, and yeah, so that was fun. I was pretty mad at him, but I did end up making a lot of money. And back in the day, this that was actually a pretty decent area for me to hunt on my paladin. But anyway, I am going to pause the video and get some more supplies and head to the Green Djinn Fortress to finish this quest up. So we are almost back to the Green Djinn Fortress for the second half of Mission 3 and the final part of the Blue Djinn Quest, thankfully. Um, and I've enchanted the Heroic Axe with Ice now, so I should be dealing much heavier damage, and he immediately gets me drunk, which is no surprise. They do that. The Djinns make you drunk like crazy, so remember your Dwarven rings, guys. You're gonna need them. And I believe this is all that's on this floor. I'm not sure. But we're gonna run through them as fast as possible anyway. And I think the other Djinn dropped a bunch of gold. Yep. Djinns do drop a fair amount of gold, and once you complete the quest, you can get a task, and they give you gold every time you complete it, so that's really nice. And we are encountering our first Merid now. Or Ifrit, sorry, I'm used to seeing Merids. And you can see the heavy amount of damage that is getting dealt. But we finish off the Green Djinns and the Merid, or Ifrit. God, I'm so used to killing blue Djinns, I'm sorry. Ifrit. And we're gonna pop back up and get ready for the next floor, as it only gets tougher as you go up. And we're gonna use Tora, pot up, and head up. And we now have some stalkers, some scorpions, a little variety of creatures on us. And we're gonna heal a little bit here. I'm gonna eat all this cheese. No, I guess I'm full. Xanapox, just because that's taking away half of what the Utora would be healing us for. I don't know if this Djinn dropped anything. Oh, 15 gold coins. Very worth it. And we're gonna try to be a little slow. And I think those are summons, but regardless, we are going to Exori to try to deal quick damage. Yeah, they were summons. That's fun. And what sucks is that the most of the time when you come through here, the best time to do this, if you're going to clear it by yourself at a lower level, is right after server save. And the reason for that is the Ifrit slash Marids summon blue slash green Djinns respectively, and they summon up to 2 each. So that's why you get hit so hard, is just because of the huge amount of them. And when players are walking through the tower to sell items, they will summon because they target the player, although they cannot get to the player. So the best time to do it is right after server save. And we have a lot on us here. So I'm actually going to target the Ifrit first. And wow. Just mass amounts. And luckily, all the green Djinns here are summons. So that does help a little. See, look at how many of those were summons. That is so annoying. So if you want this quest to be a little less annoying when you're trying to make it to the top, either of the green Djinn or blue Djinn fortress, then definitely do it right after your server save, as there's a much lower chance that there will be that amount of creatures. And it takes them a little bit to summon, at least a small amount of time. They do summon somewhat quickly, but you stand a better chance at taking less damage and using less supplies, at any rate. So we immediately get swarmed, as to be expected. And once you take down the first Ifrit, it seems to get a little bit easier. But yeah, it's just craziness. Alright, so we're gonna oh wow, 3rd royal helmet, that's nice. So, okay, we got everything we could out of the Ifrits. And my friend apparently got 3 royal helmets in one hunt. So that's pretty cool. And those Ifrits are all summoned up. And unfortunately, this is going to be somewhat difficult. So we're going to heal up here and then pot up again so we can use those attack spells properly. And we Exori, use a strong health potion, and almost finish that Ifrit off. And on to the next one. I think there's 3 in this room if I'm not mistaken. We get a small emerald. So that's the first thing we've gotten, and a strong mana pot. And we have made it to the lamp. So I think you just use it, and then we get the Djinn leader's sleeping lamp. And yeah, that's it. So now you just got to get back down, and if you cleared it quick enough, there's not going to be too much respawn. And talk to the leader, and the leader of the blue Djinns is Gable. The leader of the green Djinns is Maller. So we're gonna go do that now. but first it looks like we have some friends to deal with. And see, he only had one summon there. I know that he still had a summon, but it's a lot better than having two Djinns and uh, a Merit or an Ifrit. I just think that I've always thought that it was kind of ridiculous how strong they made Djinns for how little health and how little experience they have and how low of a level requirement the quest has. But it's Sipsoft, so what do you expect? They always are doing crazy stuff. But alright, we're gonna pause this until we make it back. So we have made it back to the Blue Djinn Fortress, and they actually do have names. I just don't like saying them because they're like Ashta Karali or Kalial or some really weird stuff to pronounce. So I just always refer to them as the Blue and Green Djinn Fortress. So we're going to talk to Gable, say mission, tell him what we have done, and we now have the Blue Djinn quest completed. And we earned the achievement Merit Ally. And we're also, when you're here, you might as well grab the task too once you finish it, because it doesn't affect you having 3 tasks otherwise. And you get, I think, 10,000 experience and 5k for every 500 Green Djinn or Ifrit that you kill. It would be great if summons counted because of the fact that it's ridiculous how much they summon, but I don't think they do. So here we have the Blue Djinn Nabob, who is the weapons and armor trader. And I think downstairs is Haron, yep, which is reverse of the Green Djinns. The Green Djinn's magic seller is up top, and he sells axe rings, bronze amulets, which I actually need to buy. Oh, not right now, but I usually buy them for Adranus, and I haven't been able to yet because I haven't had a character with the Blue Djinn quest. But yeah, that's about it, guys. So thank you for watching my walkthrough slash tutorial of the Blue Djinn quest. The Green Djinn quest is really similar, but I think the Blue Djinn quest is honestly a tiny bit easier. For some reason, the Green Djinn tower seemed easier to clear to me, but I don't know. I might be wrong. That's just my opinion. But anyways, thank you for watching. Please leave a like on this video. This video took quite a bit of work. Although I know it's not going to be nearly as long. I've actually been doing this for over an hour, but you guys have only seen what I wanted you to see and what I thought you needed to see in order to get a clear understanding of how to complete the quest. Also, please leave comments. I love feedback and I love getting comments from you guys, so leave them. And if you like my videos, or you like this video, if this is the first video you've seen of mine, then subscribe to my channel so that you can get updated when I release new content. Thanks for watching.